The Legend of Rata's Walker. Long ago, Rata wandered sadly along the bank of the stream. He thought of his people who were becoming uncomfortable and crowded on the island. He needed a walker to carry his people to a different island. He found 6 trees: Mairo, Rumu, Kahikatea, Tawa, Tanikaha, Totara. Yes, Totara it shall be. It was getting late, so Rata went back home to rest. Early the next morning, Rata returned to the forest and chopped down the totara tree. And when it became dark, he left the tree where it fell and went home to rest. The next day, when he returned, the tree trunk was no longer lying on the ground. There were no chips of wood lying around, nor any twigs or leaves. Rata stared at the trees around him, and with a start, he recognized the totara tree had been chopped down yesterday. The totara tree was growing tall and proud again, as though it had never been touched. Rata was puzzled and a little fearful. He took up his axe and began to chop down the totara tree again. The chips flew into the air, and after a while the totara tree fell to the ground once more. Rata trimmed the tree trunk, he stripped off the bark, and when it became night, he returned home. The next morning, when he arrived to drag the log out of the forest, Rata could not find it anywhere. All he found was the totara tree standing tall and silent. For the 3rd time, Rata chopped down the tree, he trimmed it, he shaped it, and he began to scoop out the inside of the canoe from the trunk. And when night fell, he left the half-formed canoe and returned home. Later that night, he took down his fighting spear and crept out of his house quietly. He stole back into the forest. As he approached, he heard strange singing, and he could see lights shining through the trees. He held his breath and crept closer. Birds were scurrying backwards and forwards, carrying leaves and twigs in their beaks. Thousands of insects swarmed all over the log, replacing chips and filling up the hollow. And as he watched, the half-formed canoe disappeared and was replaced with a smooth trunk that glowed red in the light. Then the birds scurried around the trunk, pushing twigs, leaves and branches onto the rapidly forming tree. Branches that had hacked and tossed away so carelessly that were slowly dragged by hundreds of little creatures towards the falling totara. Come back! I'm sorry I cut down the totara tree. Please forgive me. I did not mean to harm it. I just wanted to build a canoe to move my people to a place where they would live comfortably. Please come back. I can help you lift up the totara tree. I'll do anything to make it up for what I have done. I shall never cut down another tree again. You may, but you must ask Tani Mahutu, god of the forest and birds, for permission. He created all these trees and birds for Papatuanuku, the Earth Mother. Ask him when you want to use any of it. Rata turns to see who is speaking. There's no one beside him. With a sigh, Rata turns to go home. He looks shocked and excited when he sees a canoe sitting on logs stretched through the forest. Mine? Yes, Rata's walker.